What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Kaiki. I'm back on the cover with another one. So today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Boruto episode 203 and just giving my thoughts. There are going to be some spoilers in this. I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff in the manga. So if you're anime only, you might want to just hop out the video from now. But no, if you just don't really care, you just want to be spoiled, you can get straight into it. So recently I just kind of felt like getting back into Boruto in general and stuff like that. I've been seeing the stuff that's been going on in the manga for a while now. I've been saying when that stuff comes to the anime, I'm gonna check it out. And now that stuff is in the anime and I'm here to check it out. So episode 203 was pretty interesting, stuff like that. It was kind of weird seeing Naruto fight Jigen in that very small close space behind their backyard. I don't know, just because I'm so used to the big avatars, fighting nowadays. It's just weird to see such a close combat fight in such a small little cramped area. But I don't know. That was the only thing. It's not me nitpicking that. It was just something that I really noticed. But this, obviously, this episode was more just like the final build up before the real big fight, and before we all know what bigs happen. Now, a lot of people are probably going to hate the new facts episode that's coming up, or it's probably going to be a lot of controversy. You're gonna hear a lot about it over the next few days. Because if you don't know, if you haven't been keeping up with the manga, this next fight between Jigen, Naruto, and Sasuke is actually going to be pretty much Naruto and Sasuke getting washed. And if you guys don't know, big spoiler, Naruto, not Naruto, but well, Naruto loses Kurama and Sasuke loses his Rinnegan, and that's pretty much the big thing where everybody's like, they done it, they done nerfed the main two goats and shit like that. So I don't know. At first, I kind of felt like that, but over time, I just kind of got over it. I guess I had to accept that, it's Boruto's show. It's not their show anymore. So if they want to kill them off, just kill them off. It does suck, but I don't know. I just kind of got over it. But it does seem pretty interesting. No, like I haven't just watched this episode. I have watched the 10 episodes following to this. I was not finna watch all the episodes I missed from like episode 70. So only kept up with the more recent last 10 episodes, and things seem to be good and going good. I have missed a few things. I feel like I'm missing a few things as far as the plot, so I may go back and watch a few more episodes even before that. But as far as everything, Boruto's looking like it's getting pretty interesting. I'm really interested to see how this fight is actually going to be animated. I want to see if Studio Period is going to go all out with the animation like they did with Naruto and Boruto versus Momoshiki, which we can all undeniably say whatever you want about Boruto. That fight's probably going down in one of the greatest anime fights in history. Like Boruto, Naruto, and Sasuke versus Momoshiki was just top tier, god tier. So I want to see if we're going to get that level of type of animation from Studio Period. I always feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong, from Studio Period in this next fight, because it seems like it's going to be getting really serious between this next fight. Also, I'm really interested to see how Naruto's Bayu form, how you pronounce it, Bayagu, I'm not even trying to pronounce it. I'm really interested to see how that's going to look when it's going to be animated, like especially since you can tell that Studio Period has really been stepping up the animation quality for the last really since the Kawaki stuff started jumping in. You can just tell like they really like went top tier with the animation. Like they really stepped up. Like it even feels like Boruto has its own kind of separate art style versus older versions of Naruto when you look back on it. But no, just something more modern and updated. So yeah, that was just me talking about that, just giving my opinions on Boruto episode 2 or 3. So tell me how hype you guys are for the next episode 2 or 4, which will be coming next week. How hype you guys are for the final showdown, or the big showdown between Jigen, Naruto, and Sasuke. I know a lot of people, like I said, for the big spoilers that's coming up next, it's going to be kind of heartbreaking for us OG fans who have been watching just for all through OG part 1 Naruto to part 2 all the way up to Boruto. It's gonna be heartbreaking to see our characters, our favorite characters that we watch grow for so long, kind of get kind of stabbed in the back. But gotta remember, it's not their show anymore. Their legacy, it's already been passed on. So you kind of hate it deep down inside, but it's still interesting to see it, right? It just sucks that as far as I don't know, it just sucks because I guess it feels unnatural. I don't know, maybe watching it in the anime will make it feel a little better or a little different, but we'll see. I'm definitely hyped to see how this stuff's gonna be animated. Oh yeah, Kawaki's which is Kurama form. That was pretty cool too, by the way. I really like how his Kurama form looked like with the way the horns wrap around his head. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I saw a little panel, like a little picture of it in the manga, but I didn't really like how it looked in the manga. And it's crazy because the manga don't really sell that well. It's like everything's all about the anime. So I guess that's why Studio Pierrot has been stepping up the animation and has been looking god tier. So I'm not talking about that. Episode 203, 204, whenever 204 comes out, I'll probably make another video depending on how good this does. So it's your boy Kawaki. Go like, subscribe for more content. Follow me on Twitter. So what you gotta think about that, man? Boruto getting good. Boruto getting better. Is it time to start getting back into Boruto if you dropped it? I don't know. It's all up to you. I find that the plot has been interesting. I've been really interested in the plot for a while. Ever since the whole vessel arc started in the manga, I've been interested. I just know it's just now that it's finally here in the anime. It's like, all right, now this is what we really been waiting for, because it's not the same when it comes down to the fight aspect versus manga versus anime. Everybody knows that. So that's what everybody's waiting for, this big showdown that is going to break a lot of hearts, but also going to hopefully be like god tier, as far as just the hype that's behind it, right? And hopefully Studio Period lives up to the anime, it brings the animation up to the top tier level to match the hype of the fight. So yeah, it's your boy Kyle. Last couple content. Follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. All that stuff. Like, yeah, you know how the shit go. And I'm out.